Well, the connectivity between the United Front and transnational organized crime groups, um, it's being observed and assessed. Interactions occurring has been occurring for a number of years. Utilizing transnational organized crime to move people and money is an area where the United Front would be interested. Additionally, when leveraging or influencing entities in Canada, which can be Chinese citizens or businesses as well as Canadian ones, having an option that sits outside of the state capabilities can be helpful. So drawing in people of influence by using their weakness, whether that is money, power, vice, or ideology, is one way the UF is able to find a means to an end. So in terms of the Canadian government's action on this, I think right now is the time when the awareness is at a level that can be leveraged by the agencies that should be looking into this more deeply. And I think that we'll see in the short term that there'll be a lot more interest by those agencies to try and do something about it. Well, from an intelligence perspective, especially from a military intelligence perspective, this activity is associated to hybrid or unrestricted warfare. And that includes subcategories, which are soft power, the use of economic subversion on critical infrastructure and business, sharp power, which is influencing political entities and authorities. And then we also have transnational organized crime, and that includes having a center of gravity in the host nation so they can conduct threat finance or money laundering. So those things all combined are almost an asymmetric way of conducting warfare without having to resort to conventional means. So the activity that we're seeing here touches on all of those things. And, there's indicators that this type of activity, not just from the Chinese, but from other nation states as well, is being conducted in Canada. Canada is a component. Canada has a major role to play in this because it's a lot easier to conduct these types of operations in Canada. But as we see with the BC inquiry into money laundering, I think that's going to bring out a lot more information about what's happening. Although I would say that it's not going to stay within the money laundering realm because it touches on the hybrid warfare and transnational organized crime aspects. I don't believe there's any other way to look at it. What they're talking about isn't low-level money laundering gangs that are just trying to move their money through businesses. We're talking about international organizations and their connections to nation-state operations in Canada. So it would be very difficult not to have those considerations looked at and scrutinized during the inquiry.